Good morning and welcome to golfnews.com's video on how to make Stollen at home. Starting off, you actually, this is a rather large bowl, but you can take a smaller bowl at home. And chef, is there, I know sometimes people use glass, they use plastic, they use metal. What is the kind of ideal mixing bowl, or it doesn't matter?
Actually, it doesn't matter so much as long as it's a big bowl enough so that you can mix all together.
So there's space.
Yeah,
so, but is it cleaner if it's like a metal bowl? Because I think if with plastic, etc., you might have certain serrations, so it's more hygienic.
Yeah,
probably?
for sure. I mean, for us in the hotel, definitely we use metal one because
it's more hygienic,
as
an option.
for the cleaning and everything.
Yes. So guys, that's one of your answers, where you can either opt for a glass bowl or a metal bowl. It's worth investing because it lasts you a lifetime, and if you love baking, it's something that you can invest with. So now we'll start with the ingredients. So we start with flour.
Flour. We have butter.
Butter, yeah.
Egg.
How many eggs is this, chef?
You can have 2 pieces of egg.
Yeah, so that's about, you were mentioning earlier, 50 grams. Yes, that's about 100 grams of eggs. So if you want, you can measure that up.
Sure.
Yes. And
milk.
Okay.
Bread improver.
Bread improver. Okay, this is an interesting ingredient, the bread improver, which is not available for a regular home baker, but it's not that much cause of a concern. You might, as the head chef explained, that you might not get as much of a smooth and dough, but you will still be able to manage, and you'll get a pretty good Stollen at home.
Definitely.
So here we have the luxury of having some bread improver, and then the
milk powder.
Yes, any milk powder, any commercially available milk powder.
Any should be fine. Sugar.
Okay.
Salt.
Okay.
Stollen spice.
Stollen spice. Now again, if you look up recipes online, you will have people giving you various ratios of cinnamon, etc. But what chef recommends here is you can actually get Stollen spice, especially from countries such as Germany and Austria, etc., which have the right ratio and the combination, so you get an extremely good flavor. So again, something worth investing.
Definitely.
And
our dry yeast.
Dry yeast. Usually in the kitchen they use fresh yeast, but that's not again available. So instead they've created a version with dry yeast. Now I know you will see some recipes where they ask you to kind of ferment it with some warm water and sugar, but the chef is going to mix it in directly, and he says the only thing you need to do is wait for it. So you should be fine without that. And butter.
Butter, and then our mixed fruit.
Mixed fruits which are available. You can create your own mixed fruits, but usually it's what?
Candy? It's orange peel, lemon peel, almond nibs, cranberry, and raisins.
Okay, so it's a kind of a citrusy fruit kind of flavor. So if you like some other flavors, you can always add that and get your version of a Stollen.
Definitely.
So I'm going to attempt this, and chef has promised he's going to eat it. So let's see how well this turns out. So we'll start with the flour.
The flour first.
Okay.
And then the yeast.
The yeast is going directly into the flour. And the bread improver.
Powder.
The milk powder.
Sugar.
And this is the sugar. As you can see, there's not much sugar, so I'm hoping I can call it a healthier dessert. This is the Stollen spice. Smells fantastic.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix it.
Okay.
All the dry ingredients.
Yeah, I'm going to do it with hands because, as chef said, if you're going to bake, you need to do it with your hands, but so that other people don't fall ill, you need to wash really well, and you need to also sanitize it and then work with it.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right.
That looks mixed.
That's mixed.
Okay.
Now we'll go for
do we make a little dip in the center?
For sure, you can.
Okay.
You can.
We are adding the 2 eggs, the milk, and I think all of this needs to be at room temperature.
Yes, room temperature.
Absolutely, very important.
And
then the butter.
Now you just mix it all together.
Chef, please tell me if I'm mixing it right, or is there a technique to this mixing? Okay, he's getting impatient. Like, would you like to show us how to? Okay.
So basically, just combine everything together.
Okay.
It should be very smooth look, actually. So, depending on your flour as well, we'll add some little bit more of egg inside it. Yeah.
So you're going to increase the quantity?
Little bit of.
So that's like 1 more egg?
1 to 2 more egg.
2 more. So that now it becomes 4 eggs.
Definitely. It depends on your flour as well, so the consumption of water.
So you kind of decide, you say, okay, I start with 2 eggs.
And then gradually you check the consistency of your dough, and then if you need to increase it, yes, definitely.
Usually this in the kitchen would be done with a machine, but...
We do mixer, yes.
Yeah, with a mixer, but chef's actually showing it to us so that we know what to do at home.
We just combine everything together.
Yeah.
As you have noticed, we didn't put the salt from the very beginning, because
why is that?
Because we kill the yeast from the very beginning.
Okay.
So we don't want to do that.
But then that's not going to be a problem when you add the salt now?
No, because the yeast already combined with all the ingredients.
Okay. Yeah. The dough, as you can see, is beginning to kind of leave from the sides of the vessel.
Now we add our salt.
Okay. As you can see, the chef is doing kind of a circular kneading motion. Of course, he's making it look really easy. It's not, but I'm sure we can achieve it with some practice. So that's
where we're going to add our fruits now.
Okay.
Just to finish.
So you're kind of kneading it in. Why didn't we add the fruits initially with the dry ingredients?
Actually, if you mix it from the very beginning, all the fruit is going to be like crushed inside, and we don't want to have this texture. We want the fruit to be whole, and to be more savory as well.
But the ratio of sugar that you used is much lower. Is it because you're going to coat the loaf?
Because from the fruits, we're going to have all the sugar that is from the fruits we're going to release while baking. And afterwards, we're going to have icing sugar also on top, so which will give all the sweetness to the bread. To finish it, we'll just go on the table now.
Okay.
As you can see, our dough is consistency. Please.
It's quite smooth, and it does not stick.
Just finished on the table now. Now we have our dough ready.
Yeah. The kneading is fast, quick, but it's relatively still gentle because
it's soft. And we're going to rest our dough.
So we waited about 45 minutes, and as you can see, it was covered in cling film and allowed to rest. So it's doubled in size. So this is a kind of visual measurement if you want to see if your dough is working. And if it isn't double in size, would you advise that the person actually leave it a little more to rest?
A little bit more,
yes. So because sometimes the temperature in your room might be slightly cooler, so you need a little more time. So look at the dough, work with the dough, and then if you see it double in size, then you're good to go.
You know it's ready.
Okay. Smells fantastic.
So as you can see, we can touch it by the touch as well.
Okay.
And then you see like
so it's soft. Yeah, it's soft, but it's not like bouncing back. Nothing.
No,
so you can see that the dents are here, and it's risen, and it's really smooth to the touch.
Right.
Now,
let's remove it, and it's now working table.
Okay. So if you're a home baker, it would be nice to clean your kitchen surface really well, sanitize it, and then maybe dust it with some flour so that you can use it as a work table.
Definitely.
And as you can see, chef has actually divided the dough into 2 halves. And now...
And now we're going to proceed to the rolling.
Okay.
So basically we just stretch it.
So can I do the same thing?
Please.
So do I turn it over?
Turn it over.
And then I stretch it?
Just a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Not too much.
As you can see, my stretching is looking very different.
And then we just like press the dough.
Okay, guys, like you know how your mom taught you how fish move. You need to use a bit of
First time you
muscle
apply it
power.
with
Yeah.
hot pressure.
Yeah. Don't be too gentle because. Is that okay?
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay. First attempt, so
Definitely. Many more to come.
yeah. Hopefully.
Now we just close the two ends of it.
You roll in the two ends.
No, just close it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
Press a bit more.
It's becomes a bit squarish. Is that okay?
Yes. And now
Yeah.
we'll proceed with our marzipan.
Okay. Now, this is, you can get commercially bought marzipan in a supermarket, which you kind of roll out.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, yes, I know there might be some bakers who want to make marzipan at home, but it is an extremely tedious
Long
process. So, chef advises that you save yourself some time and effort and actually buy it. You roll it out to
Yes.
about, you could say, an inch thickness.
An inch thickness, yes.
An inch thickness, and it's about the length of
the
the
Stollen
dough.
side.
Okay, Stollen. And
So
then
put it in the top.
you place it in one corner, is it?
One corner, yes.
Okay, and then you kind of
Press it a little bit.
press it into place.
And now we're going to roll it.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Now this is tricky. Okay. The end is open. Is that okay?
The end is open, so
Okay.
we'll close it afterwards.
Okay.
So we continue the whole process
Okay. You roll it one more time.
one more time. And again. Go smooth with the rolling.
Okay.
Alright.
Hopefully.
And we have to close the bottom with the tips of our fingers.
Okay.
So
That's
that's
the
the
bare
open one
edge
baking.
is joined. Okay.
Then we can close the side.
You kind
as
of pinch it shut. As you don't want your Stollen to fall apart in the oven.
well. No, just
And
give it a quick
okay, and
roll.
you also pinch the ends
the
in?
end. Just do a quick roll so that we make sure that it's uniform everywhere.
Okay. I feel like my Stollen.
The first one. And
Okay.
go on the
This
side.
is scary because.
Want to help now?
All right. It's a
Very
bit
good.
longer. You don't need.
Our first attempt.
Okay.
I guess that you cover it with a cling film and leave it on room temperature.
Okay.
And then again you have to check the
It has doubled in size.
definitely.
And so that's about how much? 45 minutes to an hour?
Most probably yes.
Okay, all right. Again, it's a kind of visual measurement, so you will have a fair idea of how well it is doing. Okay, so now the loaves have
Yes.
been proofing for about an hour.
An hour.
Yes, and as you can see that they have doubled in size, so this is a good way to measure when you make the loaf at home. You saw the previous shot and now you can see after an hour. And is there a way they can also check?
Yes,
chef?
you have just to like press it a little bit, and if you see it comes up afterwards, so it's basically ready now.
Okay. Now, the next stage is it's in the oven.
In the dough.
We are what you would say at the final stage,
Final stage.
of the Stollen process. It's been baked. If you see the loaf, it's a lovely golden color. So
Yes.
you need to kind of again visually see that and then adjust your times a bit because different
Yeah,
ovens
definitely.
have different kind of baking durations.
Definitely.
Yes. So now what the first step we are going to do is we are actually going to coat it with butter
You're going to butter the whole
because
loaf.
that works as a kind of preservative.
Yes, and it's good. It's a moisture to it as well.
Yes.
So as soon as we remove the loaf from the oven, so we melt it as it is still hot.
Okay.
So the butter goes deep inside the loaf.
So it's,
itself.
the loaf needs to be warm.
It need to be warm so that the butter can penetrate.
It's
the inside.
soaked in.
Yes.
Okay.
Would
As
you like
you
to,
can see- yes.
to try?
As you can see, it's you actually applied quite generously.
Yes. Be generous with me.
Okay. So it's like it's being soaked through. So we've actually done, I think chef supplied, this is like the third layer of butter that's been
added to it.
Yeah. And then you let it stand?
Let it stand like for a few minutes so that the butter can go inside, penetrate inside the loaf itself.
Okay.
And then we're going to roll it into our sugar now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a bottom layer, you don't add butter there, or you just, it's on the top?
No, we don't add the butter.
Okay.
You can soak it in general, but we prefer to keep it
Okay.
in this.
Okay. So is it now ready to be rolled?
Yes.
Okay.
So now we have to be gentle with it.
Yeah. As you can see, both of us are working with gloves, and there's a very important reason for that, and that's because earlier we had washed, sanitized, so it was necessary to work with your hands. But post that process, your loaf will actually go into the oven, and the high temperature kind of ensures that your food stays hygienic. And now, as the chef says, it is ready to eat process, so you need to make sure that you wear gloves and you are very clean when you're working with it.
Definitely. You can go ahead and start cooking as well.
Yes, and you just kind of...
That's the fun part of it.
Okay. The best part of Stollen is actually the buttery crust with the thick crust of icing sugar. You have to be very careful lifting it out because with the butter it's become soft. So try to make sure that it doesn't crack.
That doesn't break.
Yeah, and then you dust it and then it's
So here we
ready
have
to
our Stollen.
eat, but it's better to let it rest.
We let it rest a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to cut it and up piece of it.